What unexpectedly turned you on? A girl I was friends with had apparently been giving me hints for a while that I hadn't been picking up on. One time we are hanging out and she goes to take a pee. She yells at me from the bathroom to come here. I walk up to the door and ask her what she needs. With no hesitation she says, "Come in here. I want you to watch me pee." Unexpected turn on for some reason. Well, did you? A pre-med student explaining to me the anatomy of the nasal canchi while touching my face. I accidentally Pavloved myself. There used to be this porn I watched with two chicks in it that had no audio other than music by Disturbed. Years later Disturbed came on the radio. I instantly got turned on. Was so confused for like 10 seconds. Oh wah. You walk out like a cum-stained hurricane. Come on, get down with the thickness. That scene in Golden where Xenia on a top squeezes that guy to death awoke something in me at a very young age. She always did like a good squeeze. Brief eye contact with my tattoo artist while he was tattooing me. Also, I didn't think this needed to be said, but obviously the needle wasn't touching my skin at that moment. Lol, no worries y'all. All the tattoos he's done for me have been great. I would be nervous that he wasn't looking at the tattoo. Coming down off a DMT trip, and there is no easy way to say this. I masturbated thinking about my bedroom door. You know what they say, whenever one door opens someone comes through it. Late to the party, but whatever. Being in my tent, like, I don't even know. When I'm camping, and I retire to my tent, slip into my sleeping bag, and zip up the little tent door. I have no idea, but apparently that really does it for me. What a strangely pure fetish, lol. So popping a tent pops a tent, lol. When I was at the airport and had like 20k knock in cash and wanted to exchange it to euro. Took me a long time to count, but this bank woman at the airport just took my money and did some magic with her fingers that went so fast I couldn't believe it, and she knew within seconds how much money I gave her, but more than that, the whole way she acted with the whole transaction was so unbelievable professional. I have never experienced anything like that level of professionalism in my entire life. How could I not be turned on by the most pro woman I have ever seen? The first time I used a riding lawnmower, when I was like 12. All the vibrating gave me a raging hard on. To this day, whenever I use one to mow I get at least half a stock. Bite my earlobe. It was great until my cat apparently figured it out, and now it's how she wakes me up. Cats have selective IQ. Scaring people at my haunted house job. Boo. AHH. Unrug. A couple years back, my girlfriend at the time and I used to have sex while Pandora played. Every once in a while a car insurance commercial would play in the middle of songs. We laughed it off, but it didn't distract us from doing the deed. Fast forward a couple years forward, and I hear that same car insurance commercial. Instant erection. When I was a freshman in college, an English boy in one of my classes said the phrase war of attrition with his English accent, and I had to go take a breather. Shame that there's a lot of British accents that makes us sound like we are having a stroke. My girlfriend, when she picked up a knife, didn't expect that one. Edit. To be clear, it was a normal butter knife and we were at dinner. She just happened to lick something off the blade and suddenly I was pitching a tent. She in no way was attempting to murder me. Had me worried for a second. I really like having my knees rubbed. I could have an orgasm over it. Nothing gets me hot like a nice wibbly wobbly pair o' knees. The fact that the guy I likes to be insulted. You like that? You fucking retard. The flatbread at Subway suddenly seemed very sensual and seemed to have a skin-like texture. It quickly passed and was replaced with what the fuck? Hey, a lot of people have a sub-kink. Admittedly, a tad different from yours usually. My boyfriend speaking Gaelic to me for the first time. He was just telling me what the police are called in Ireland, but fuck. Talk about a waterfall gardy. Spludge. Taking a Greek mythology course in the tar, a curvy redhead said, if you want to talk about mythology for hours on end, I'm your girl. This comment did it for me. It's spreading. Dear God. My former professor took job as copywriter for the education system in our company. So I write the technical stuff, send it to him, and he'll make it nice to read. First time I read his work on my text, I was amazed by how well he understood what I meant and made it so much better, and I got wet. I still sometimes think about certain paragraphs when masturbating. Very late comment, but one time I attended a concert of sorts where an experimental orchestra played for an hour. Neither my girlfriend, her friend or myself had ever heard of the orchestra and were completely baffled when we found out experimental orchestras don't play songs, but rather make strange and seemingly random noises with their instruments, often beating them with their hands, rather than playing them, or using them in wrong ways. I remember the last piece triggered something in all of us. We even discussed it afterwards, and couldn't explain it. I feel like you can't say this sort of thing without telling us the song/orchestra. Every time I score a sensational goal on FIFA 18, football simulation video game, I just get this massive boner. I brought my cooking instructor some treats I had baked, and with every bite he let out this guttural moan that sounded almost sexual. With his mouth stuffed with food, he told me how it tasted so fucking good, and licked his fingers when he was done. I had never seen him do this with any other food before, and he has a very healthy appetite. Just watching him visibly and audibly enjoying something that I had created for him, sploosh. All I wanted to do in that moment was slide my instantly soaking wet panties off and fling them across the room. I didn't. But I bring him a new dessert every week now. My class presentation. Trolling bots. So those annoying bots that message you trying to get you to join some video chat thing so they can get your card info or whatever from you, yeah, those. For some reason, and IDK what it is, I get really excited about it, and every time they message me, I always take the opportunity to just send the most obnoxious bullshit I can back and never follow the links until they give up. And IDK what it is about it, but every time by the end I'm just ready to go on down to Pound Town. I'm a bit late to this one, but oh well. I was sat on TH couch with my friend, whom I'd had a crush on in the past. We were just talking and laughing and eating strawberries soaked in port. I suddenly felt an overwhelming feeling of euphoria and started pitching a tent. Damn it. I'm a male, and no joke, do M 2016's OST, especially BFG division, makes me hard. I have no idea why. Furry poor. I grew up in American public school, and like any, there's a special ed department where I definition belonged. ADHD. When they could calm me down and get me focused, my teachers would hover around me and watch me do my work. I don't fucking know why, but I felt a unbelievable bliss that made me want to fall asleep. Doesn't matter if I initially thought the teacher was a bit ugly, none of that mattered. Just their mere presence took my breath away, just hovering behind me, especially when they would get down and whisper to me asking if I needed help. Sometimes I would play stupid, so they keep whispering to me. I haven't felt that in a long time, ever since I left high school and those godforsaken Regents exams. Fingering my ex-boyfriend's butthole. Also, a ceiling fan was extremely erotic to me when I first trip acid.